Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm going back to the old headset that usually sucks, so I'm hoping the microphone works well. If not, just bear with me. So this is my first look at the F-16 in DCS World via the open beta in the early access. Just came out today. I did a video in VR, but I also want to do a video in regular with my track IR outside of VR. So, and you can see better that way usually. So here's the F-16C, and here's what you get under the instant action from the default map: cold start, ready, takeoff, free flight, night free flight, landing, night landing, BFM, offensive, high aspect BFM, 2 versus 1 air combat, fighter intercept, night fighter intercept, close air support, and interdiction. Very nice variety of missions. Pretty much a lot of the same thing, only some extra different stuff in here for the Nevada map. Lots of stuff. Normandy, you get this one mission that you can't use unless you have the World War II assets, so why give me this mission? They did the same thing in the Vigan and it really pissed me off. Persian Gulf, I'm disappointed that you only get, what, 6 missions or something, but whatever. There is no campaign yet. I already looked there. There's 2 training missions. That's it. Which again, day 1, you know, startup, taxi, and takeoff. The basics. I mean, it is day 1. So, but again, being day 1 and giving you this many missions in general is pretty cool. Can't complain about that. Let's do free flight over Nevada and see what it looks like via my monitor instead of VR. And take at this point. So it's going to be really weird going back to the track IR and my monitor. And I can already tell you it looks 100%
This is a free
better.
flight mission.
Holy crap.
You used to become familiar with
Hey, and there's Wag's voice again.
Or just explore
see
here.
here.
There are no threats.
Yeah. The frame rate's day and night, too. 114. Wow. 120. It's definitely weird, though, after being in the Rift S for so long, you know? Definitely weird. Was it Alt and tilde? I can't even remember what I had programmed before to recenter my Rift, or not my Rift, my track IR. I'm kind of all over the place, so bear with me, guys. 120, 130. Yeah, FPS is 1,000 times better outside of VR. And keep in mind, I'm running at 3840 by 1080 on this 49-inch ultra-wide monitor. So this thing turns on a dime. It's pretty sweet. Definitely can't complain.
Altitude.
Yeah, the track IR movement after you've had VR is almost jerky or sticky. It's kind of hard to describe, but you can tell you're not doing VR again. It's not terrible, don't get me wrong. I mean, if you don't have VR, you absolutely need track IR. There's just no doubt about it. It's a must-have. Very pretty looking plane, too. Turn those labels off before somebody loses their mind. Very sharp. Sharp and clean. Looks like they got them little blue training bombs on there. Yeah, that's not even a real missile. That's like a placeholder missile. Wait a minute, what is that? Looks like I actually do have a real Sidewinder on the one side, but then this thing on the other. Well, I got a lot of learning to do about the F-16, people. One thing I noticed, it's real hard to see the afterburner, though. I'm in full burn, too. There you go. But it's definitely fun to fly, and wow, does it look good at 3840 by 1080. I really can't complain. And it just seems so smooth. I mean, it's a little bitty plane, you know. In comparison, when you're thinking about, you know, the F-14 or the F-18, this thing's kind of bitty compared to those. And then when you think about it, this is actually, from what I understand and from what I remember, the F-14 has 2 of these engines. This thing does what it does with 1 because it's so much smaller, so much lighter, and so much more nimble, you know? Let's jump back. I like the music, it's pretty cool. Nice little interface. That's the wallpaper that comes with it. Now, I don't have anything set up in terms of how to switch to guns and whatnot. Let's see if they actually put me in that mode first, because that would be really nice. I haven't touched anything in the interface to set this up yet. So if it's not already set up, I'm not doing it.
Air combat training airspace is located straight ahead. Drone aircraft are circling at different altitudes while on practice attacks with different weapons. You may activate additional drone aircraft for live threats using communications antenna.
Yeah, I don't have any. My trigger's doing nothing. I don't know what the dogfight switch is. It's too bad, because I would have shot him by now. Zoom. He's going to shoot me, one of the 2. Pulling some G's. Man. Why can't VR look like this? Look at this. 130, 120 FPS at 3840 by 1080. The depth perception in VR is so amazing, though. Yeah, it definitely does not have things set up for me. I don't know what buttons to press to get my guns going. I'm probably going to have to set that up myself, because I have a Warthog, but I have the Warthog stick without the Warthog throttle, and it probably doesn't recognize it the same. Probably going to overshoot this guy again. Oh yeah, I could have shot him a few times. Bip, bip, bip. He would have been done. Dunzo. But, is what it is. Jump out of here and check out another mission. I'm really surprised they don't start you out that way, you know? Or these are just kind of a work in progress too. Let's see if I can start out with an already loaded up and ready to go. Because some of these missions, they do that.
Air combat training airspace is located straight ahead. Drone aircraft are circling at different altitudes while on practice.
Yeah, I'm going to have to set up my stuff, because nothing I have is flipping HUD modes or anything. But as you can see, there's a real nice variety of missions included. Persian Gulf. Free flight. 27 to 40 FPS. And at the most, i5 9600K running at stock speeds with 32 gigs of memory and a 2080 Super video card, 8 GB. Second fastest video card in the world. And VR's a pig, man. But you know what? VR's a pig in DCS is the problem. In IL2, it's freaking awesome. No problem whatsoever.
This is a
beautiful in IL2. It's beautiful in War Thunder 2, you know?
Just explore here. There are no threats.
In DCS, man, it's just an unoptimized mess when it comes to VR. But again, it's so hard to put down, you know? Like, once you've done it, it's hard to go back to it. But one thing I'm noticing right now is this is the first time I've been out of VR and checking it out again with my monitor, and I'm like, oh my god, I've missed this. This looks so beautiful. I don't have the depth perception, but it's so beautiful. You just don't get this clarity, you know? And the sharpness that you get, just, it's unbelievable compared to VR. VR just has better depth perception is what I'm finding. I still like my Rift S, don't get me wrong. For like IL-2, it's fucking amazing. And it's really awesome in War Thunder as well. And plus the other games, like the Vader game, Super Hot VR. You know, there's a lot of fun stuff to do in VR. I just think DCS needs some help, man. They need to get either this thing rendering under Vulkan with better performance or something. Yeah, this looks absolutely amazing. Man. Really hard to go back to VR again, but I will. And look at the FPS, man. 90. 82, 83. It's been as high as 120. 89, 90. And this is 3840 by 1080. Now I'm down to about 60, but still. I'd be happy with 60 in VR if it looked this good. Very clean looking. Very pretty. I just dump the throttle all the way down and then back up again for shits and giggles. And then, this is a very distinctive sound. I remember that from Falcon 4.0. Pans around back real well. Very smooth plane. Very, very nimble. I like it, man. I think this thing's going to be awesome once it's all said and done. Let those guys have their, you know, BMS and Falcon 4.0. Keep playing that 20-year-old game. I think DCS is going to turn out really nice. The F-16. So far, I'm impressed. I mean, again, this is early access, this is open beta. I never used the open beta before until today. I found this thing called the DCS Updater Utility. And it took care of it for me, which was really nice. All I had to do was put a checkbox in, open beta, and then type in the version number that I needed to type in. So I had to wait until today until they released it, and then I typed in that 2 blah 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 blah, whatever that number was for the version, and it did the work for me. And I can switch back to the stable version, the regular version basically, non-beta, by simply using this utility again. So very cool stuff, man. Definitely. Man, this looks so much better. I've been missing this, man. Why does VR have to look like shit in comparison, man? Holy hell. It's almost not fair. I mean, if you got better FPS and it looked like it did, it wouldn't be so bad, you know? But 27 to 40 FPS looking the way it does, yes, the depth perception is awesome. Yes, moving my head around is much smoother in VR versus track IR. I mean, that's a given, you know, for sure. But holy cow, man, the level of detail, there's no stuttering, you know? You can say what you want about the flat panel experience, but man, I've missed this 49-inch monitor. I really have. 'cause it looks so nice. And again, I've got adequate FPS, man. That's something to be had. And it's noticeable. Definitely a nice model though. Like I said, this is very promising. This is day one, so I'm going to make some more videos once I set up my stick and throttle properly for deploying weapons and shooting guns and all that fun stuff and making things explode. But for now, I'm going to leave it at this. So thanks for watching, as always. Please subscribe to the channel, and until next time.